Alright, the next story quest is called The Coming Dawn, given to us by Grahatia. Just a little bit south of the last stand where we had our meal with Wuk Lamat? Is it M-U-K? No, Wuk Lamat. It's actually in the quest right here. My bad. Level 90. Here we go. Well, I dare say we now have a fair grasp of Wuk Lamat's situation. Still, you've been afforded time to consider her invitation. Why not use it to learn more about Tural? Numenon is bound to have some information on the continent. My options are, it certainly wouldn't hurt to be better informed, or just thought of burying myself in books is making me feel sleepy. I think this is a chance to skip some stuff, but that's not what this channel is about for exploration of these story quests, so it certainly wouldn't hurt to be better informed. Quite right. Not only would it help you to make an informed decision, but if you do choose to go, you would be better prepared for what awaits. Come, my friend, let us be off to the archives. I think we're going over there. Right? Oh yeah, Numenon. Yeah, we're still gonna go. Our closest telepoint is the Studium. I say telepoint, Ethernet. You're never gonna break me of the Final Fantasy XI habits. And then from there, we run straight south. Short pudding way. Hey, what's up, yo? Are you just reading under a tree? Looks like it. Right, and we will look at books. Blue covered book is number 1. The origins of blue magic can be traced back to the esoteric practices of the Wallachie, that's W-H-A-L-A-Q-E, a tribe in the distant continent of Tural. So blue mage comes from... No, blue mage was before Dawn Trail. The tribe holds nature in the highest, and in seeking to cultivate a spiritual connection with it, they have learned to harness the power of the wildlife around them. In exchange for teaching them the common tongue, I was permitted to live among them and train in their ways. Those days are some of the most grueling I remember, but they were tremendously rewarding. For instance, I had the privilege of visiting Lapis Canyon, the tribe's sacred grounds. It is so named for the cerulean deposit that wells up to the surface, turning the entire canyon a brilliant blue. Under a shaman's watchful eye, I finally managed to master the Wallachie's art and make the animal's powers my own. As no name existed for it in the common tongue, I took the liberty of naming it blue magic. The reason I chose this color, as you will have doubtless gleaned, is for the significance it holds to the Wallachie cerulean. I cannot think of a name more fitting to honor the people for whom this noble magic was born. 1 out of 4 red. For the amount of time it takes me to read, I probably could have sprinted between books, and I will the next time. We'll see if the next one is shorter. Leather-bound book. Let's begin by... Sorry, I didn't actually read the title of the previous book, that's my bad. This one is Lines in the Sand, the Geopolitics of Hydaelyn. Let's begin by comparing the geographical characteristics of the 3 great continents and Tural. The former stretches from east to west and lies entirely within the northern hemisphere. In contrast, the latter extends to the far reaches of both northern and southern hemispheres, and a difference immediately presents itself in the form of climate variance. Shifts in climate tend to be gentler when moving east and west, but harsher when moving north and south. Yeah. Owing to this fact, longitudinal migration is far more common in history, whether it be by men, animals, or plants. longitudinal. So what I learned, and I hope I actually remember it correctly. Latitudinal is moving north and south. If you think of lat as like ladder, even though it's not spelled that way, although latter, Latter, is spelled that way. You're climbing a ladder up and down, north and south. Longitudinal is the opposite, if that is the best way to remember it, or like stretching the equator, you know, longitude. Anyway, I think I'm correct there. A case in point is the Allegans, who rose to power in Aldenard before advancing east into Ilsebard. Their movement would be mirrored thousands of years later by the Garleans. Meanwhile, although the disparate tribes of Tural waged war with one another for generations, stymied by the climate, none could make any great headway north or south. Tribes hailing from frozen lands withered beneath the desert sun. While those that thrived in open plains could not pierce dense jungle. Such was the way of it, until the leader of the Mamul Jah succeeded in bringing the continent under one banner. Given the land's divided history and the reason thereof, one cannot help but be in awe of this feat. Truly, it is a testament to the autarch's greatness. Sprint to the next book. Fated Tome. The flora and fauna of Tural. Every land has given rise to unique wildlife, and the continent of Tural is no exception. Yet while some of her creatures have become a familiar sight in Eorzea, many and more exist that are rarely seen this side of the Indigo Deep. This tome introduces a select variety of species as described in the testimonies of sailors and adventurers. Alpaca. Accustomed to Tural's craggy mountain ranges, this four-legged beastkin has been domesticated for seemingly hundreds, if not thousands of years. Their soft white fleece is highly prized by weavers, while their strong legs and sure-footedness make them capable beasts of burden. Wyvra. W-I-Victor-R-E, just one R. Wyvra. This ferocious scalekin is native to the dense jungles of Tural. The Mamulja have succeeded in taming them and utilizing their prodigious strength for manual labor. Given their immense size and power, it should come as no surprise that the Wyvra is also employed as a siege beast. Enemy fortifications... Enemy fortifications cannot long withstand this horned brute's rampage. This is a name I haven't heard. Valigarmanda. Victor A-L-I-G-A-R, Mary A, Nancy Delta R-A. Nancy Delta A. Valigarmanda, Tural folklore holds that this bird-like creature is the mightiest of beasts and the very embodiment of nature's power. Whether it exists beyond myth, however, is uncertain. Probably don't need to sprint, the book is pretty close, but burn it while you got it. The last book, Unblemished Book. Eorzean Cuisine, a History. It is impossible to adequately discuss Eorzean cuisine without speaking of that land from which many of our modern-day staples hail, the far western continent of Tural. Ogre pumpkins, ruby tomatoes, even the ubiquitous popoto. These crops and more that regularly grace Eorzean dining tables trace their origins to the New World, as the place is known to most. The tale of this culinary immigration begins in the year 1498 of the 6th astral era, when a Laminsan sailor named Ketenram, K-E-T-E Nancy R-A Mary, successfully traversed the Indigo Deep to arrive at the theretofore unknown continent. Ketenram spent several moons exploring inland, in the course of which he encountered the denizens of the sprawling nation of Mamulja. He was even granted an audience with their supreme leader, whose confidence he won along with permission to roam freely. Ketenram would return to Tural several times, but during his first expedition he charted the land and gathered myriad root vegetables and seeds to bring back to Limsa Lominsa. The most notable of these was the popoto, whose ease of cultivation and nutritional values saw it quickly spread to all corners of Eorzea. Produce was far from the only bounty of Ketenram's expeditions to Tural. Many tantalizing recipes, such as the bean-filled burrito and gripping legends. Wait, what? Many tantalizing recipes, such as the bean-filled burrito and gripping legends, such as that of the Golden City, reached our shores by way of his ship. I thought there was going to be more recipes, but my bad. To those outside of Ketenram's circle, Tural largely remains shrouded in mystery, yet its influence on our cuisine cannot be overstated. Many scholars, myself included, would relish the chance to immerse themselves in the culinary culture of that faraway continent. Having perused a wide selection of books relating to Tural, you are somewhat better informed about your potential destination. Gratia will be eager to know what you have discovered. Should you wish to read these books again, speak with their reference page. Actually, I do want to know... where did the reference page go? I'd kind of like to know what that first book was called. I don't know where the reference page thingy went to. Is it in my it's not in my inventory. That's not how they would have done it. Nope. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. Anybody who could read what's popping up on my screen would read the title of that first book, but I don't know why I didn't think that relevant. Probably not, but it's all about Blue Mage, really, and the Cerulean Canyon. Scoured the library to your satisfaction, have you? Excellent. While there are a few books wholly dedicated to the subject of Tural, I dare say you've found tidbits of useful information scattered here and there. I nod. But come, let's continue this outside. The Mamets do not take kindly to chatter. Cutscene? Or are we just exiting? Cutscene. This is not going to be voice act. Yeah, I was right. Cool. Now then, I'm quite keen to hear your honest impressions. I couldn't help but notice that we read the very same book on cuisine. I was pleasantly surprised to find references to Tural within. Among them, did anything in particular pique your interest? My options are: I was rather taken with the tale of Ketenram, or Popotos, I have a newfound appreciation for them, or the legendary City of Gold. I don't remember that in the cuisine book, so I was rather taken with the tale of Ketenram. I don't know why I'm suddenly portraying myself as British. It's an accident. Ah yes, the renowned Laminsan explorer who traversed the Indigo Deep and discovered the unknown West. And his accomplishments didn't end there. He traveled Tural extensively and even forged a friendship with the Dawn Servant. If we were able to meet Ketenram, what things we could learn. Alas, all of this happened nigh 80 years ago, and he may no longer be alive to tell his tales. Crosses his arms and thinks. But moving on, did you perchance learn aught about the fauna of Tural? Given your adventuring background, I expect the topic would interest you. My options are: I learned about alpacas, I learned about wyvers, or I learned about the Valigamanda. I think I'm pretty sure. So, okay. Wyvers, or wyvers, however you want to pronounce it, wyvers, are... I have described them as a mix... Well, actually, I don't think I described it. They kind of have the body of a triceratops, or... kind of, sort of, maybe like a hippo, rhino, sort of like that. I believe they have the tail of an ankylosaurus, and I believe they have the horn of, like, more or less a rhino. But like the kind of face of a triceratops, like the head and the crest of a triceratops. But anyway, I learned about the Valigarmanda. Now, why do I get the impression you're imagining pitting your skills against the fell beast? Unfortunately, I found scant details on your would-be prey. One source simply described it as an enormous winged creature with scales hard as steel that rules the skies. I should like to see it with my own eyes, presuming it even exists. It's like a harder scaled dragon. I thought I heard familiar voices, Salise, coming upon us with her twin. Fancy running into the two of you here? Well, we have some research of your own to do. Or do you? We hope to arm ourselves with knowledge that may benefit the Garlean people. Having forged a trade agreement with Rods at Han, they will next look to foster relations with other nations. This includes former imperial provinces. In view of this, we hope to find hints in history on how neighbors of differing races and ideologies might engage with one another. This is Alphino. And what of the two of you? What endeavor brings you here this day? We look to each other. I explain what's going on. Cutscene pans up. Fade to black. And we're back. A nation composed of the disparate peoples of Tural. He looks to his sister. I dare say this is precisely the kind of example we seek. We do well to read up on Tuliolal ourselves. She nods. The contest. Is Mercy the only one allowed to help Wuk Lamat? There was no mention of such restrictions, as I recall. On the contrary, Wuk Lamat gave us the impression that she could have several champions. She nods. She smiles. I think I know how to make the most of our respite. Follow me, Alphino. We have planning to do. She runs. Alice, wait! It would seem our plans have changed. If you'll excuse me. He walks after her. They never could rest on their laurels. Come, let's return to the annex. I'll make some dinner after this. We get up from our bench outside the Studium, that pavilion. Cutscene pans up to just look at the buildings and the scenery, and then goes black. And we're just gonna sprint. Kind of a 6 of one, half a dozen of another kind of situation. We probably could get there faster by taking this, clicking on the Studium's Aetheryte and then going to the annex, but whatever. Grahatia is on the bridge over a little river that connects to the sea. We'll see if this is voice acted. I feel like it's going to be. I think it is.
Oh, it's just... Despite all that we've learned, I can't help but feel we've yet to hear the whole story. What about you, my friend? Are you inclined to accept or refuse Wuk Lamat's request?
I have a little bit of open mouth shock. We think on it. My options are I never say no to a new adventure, or I'm still undecided, to be honest, or I'd rather not get involved in politics. I know I'm going to go on to it because it's a new expansion that I haven't even touched yet, but I'm still undecided, to be honest. How is it our
I don't blame you.
our business.
No matter the assurances, it's no simple thing to wade into the midst of a political struggle.
Yeah.
And in a foreign land at that.
A land we've never been to, a political struggle we really, technically, really shouldn't have any involvement in. Aside from hoping to align ourselves with a ruler that would be happy with trade and good political relations and all that jazz.
How about this then? Instead of deciding here, go there first and then decide. In the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, you'll surely find a way forward. That's what adventurers do, is it not?
I do want to scout around and check it out first, talk to people.
Such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely unknown to us, with only meager records to be found in Numenor. The experiences to be had, all the things you might hear, feel, and think.
All right, Heidelin.
It's enough to stir me to the core.
We look out over the bay,
Life is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road.
harbor was the word I was looking for. We look out of the harbor of Old Charlian with him.
But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another. Ah, but there's an idea. I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on inside. I will join you shortly.
He runs off. I tilt my head a little bit, curious, but... We look one last time, again, out over the harbor. The giant statue of the female pouring water from her jug on her shoulder. I see Thancred. Mercy does not, but Thancred was behind a tree, out of line of sight. We see a little smirk on his face. Alright, head into the annex. And talk to Ojika. Sunjika. Welcome back, Mercy. If you're looking for Wuk Lamat, she is currently with the others in her chambers. If you like, I can go and fetch some for you. Sure. Understood. Please wait in the main hall. Is it? Oh, the main entrance. Okay. Apparently my free company has a rank called Moogle Mudbutt. Did not. Alright. And we will click the destination in the main hall with all the maps and tables and books and such. To make a cutscene happen. Probably the last one of this quest. We're looking at a big old world map that does not seem to include Tural, Endwalker, Wuk Lamat, Erenville, Kryl. Gotta be voice acted.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then. Let's hear it.
Do I? Have I? My options are I wish to boldly go where I've never gone before, or I've never been one to turn down an adventure. I'll do it. I wish to boldly go where I've never gone before. Star Trek reference, by the way.
Then you need me as much as I need you. Together, we'll blaze new trails in Tural.
I think it's a reference all the way back to like the original Star Trek. Our mission to brave new worlds, to boldly go where no man has gone before, something like that. I think it goes all the way back to Captain Kirk, but I don't remember. I don't know for sure because I didn't watch the original Star Trek. I only watched some of Star Trek Next Generation because my dad was watching it all the time. Star Trek Deep Space One because my dad was Deep Space Nine because my dad was watching it all the time. I did watch a lot of Star Trek Enterprise. I think was the one with Scott Bakula. Watched a lot of that because it was kind of around the time. Yeah, I don't know. And then I've seen all of the a lot of the movies that were like mostly Captain Picard stuff. And then I've seen all the most recent movies with God, I know his name, it's just not rolling off my tongue right now. It's one of those names where like Chris Pine. There you go. Okay. I was like, there's a lot of Chris's, right? Chris Pine. Anyway, yeah. I don't know why I digressed or tangented. My bad.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you?
The twins in Graha. How about Estinian? Ishtola?
Alphano, Alize! What are you two doing
I
here?
think the Thanker is probably going to pop in.
We happened to cross paths at Numenon earlier, you see, and I told them about Wuk Lamat. And when we fortuitously met again at the Agora just now, they expressed an interest in meeting our visitor.
She looks to the twins.
Ah, you must be the twins who are sneaking after Erenville as toads.
Yeah.
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that!
She admonishes.
First impressions last.
She's a little frowny. Alphano is like, yeah, it happened.
'Tis an honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. Alphano Leveilleur at your service, and this is my sister Alize.
Oh no, let's not do that. I really can't stand titles. So, you want to participate in the contest too, is that right?
How many allies
Indeed we do.
are you allowed? Because
We've been assisting with the rebuilding effort in Garlemald. Yet while progress is being made, the question remains of how the nation might reconcile with its neighbors.
yeah. At some point, it's like, how many are allowed? Is it just like the one with the most allies willing to help in the battle or contest or whatever it is wins because of just sheer numbers?
We believe there is much we might learn from Tuliolal, a nation founded on unity. And in return for this honor, we would spare no effort in supporting your claim.
Tuliolal.
The more the merrier, I say. And I'd be keen to learn about Eorzea and Garlemald from you as well.
Wait, does this mean that the lion man that Y'shtola was like super buddy with and he has a crush on her in the first, is he technically? Oh, I don't know. Don't worry about it. Never mind.
Having recruited so many committed and capable allies, I presume you have no need for my continued assistance?
Nonsense! Like I told you before, you're indispensable. They're strong, aye, but strangers to our land. They need someone to guide them, to point out the dangers, and spare them grisly deaths. I can't think of anyone better suited to that task than you. What's more, despite your assertions, I know you haven't given up on the City of Gold.
He crosses his arms. Kryle looks unsure, scared. I don't know.
As I recall, Kryle, you were the first to state your desire to visit Tural.
Perhaps I was.
She like has her hands down by her waist. She like had her fingers spread. Now she's clenching both fists.
Still, I can't help but worry about being away just when our order is beginning to find its feet again.
You have nothing to worry about. I haven't forgotten how you held the fort while I set off to explore Alzadal's legacy. It's only fair that I return the favor.
Oh, he's gonna stay.
Pray, leave the students to Ojika and me.
Wow.
But, Raha...
I cock my head at him. Tilt my head.
You want to retrace your grandfather's steps, don't you? This is a rare opportunity, and I insist that you seize it.
Thank you, Raha. Thank you.
Well, looks like it's settled. I'm counting on you all to help me win the throne.
Well, I don't think we've said that. Did we say that? I thought we were just checking it out first, but okay. I guess we've said it.
I suppose now is a good time to show you what I spent a small fortune on at the Agora.
Here's a map rolled up. And it's not that big, so I don't know what he's doing on the wall map.
There.
It wasn't that big. I don't know what just happened.
This, my friends, is the latest map of the world, created to celebrate our friendship with the Loporrits. Cast your eyes west of Sharlayan, for there it lies. The site of your next great adventure, Tural.
I don't... Is it this thing over here? Where's Sharlayan? I'm not good at the maps of this land. I thought... Nah, whatever, don't worry about it. There is a landmass that expands north to south on the west side of this map. Like, I think Gridania's like up here. I don't know. The cutscene fades to black on that map as it kind of zooms into Tural. The second set of credits, really? So annoying. Wait, what's the... Oh, number 2. So, enjoy the end credits. See if there's any voice actors I recognize. Scrolling pretty fast because I did that kind of accident. No, I did it on purpose. I want to scroll faster. I don't think I'm going to recognize any names, so I'm just going to let it scroll fast. Zeromus was voiced by a female named Anna Rust? Really? I thought the voice was very male, but it shows what I know. sounds like it was sung by Linkin Park. But specifically by Chester Pennington, who is no longer with us. So I think I'm probably wrong there. Alright, I'm looking at a video of a man who has a surfboard. Oh my god, this can't be real. Had a chunk of, I would say, probably bloody meat at the end of a fishing line with a fishing pole. He jumped off a pier, like an ocean beach. And it looks like he fished for a shark to then have the shark drag him on his surfboard? What the? How real can that be? once again, this is one of those scenarios where we're approaching 48 minutes, and occasionally a quest will tell us, hey, you're in for a long haul, buddy. Like, there'll be several cutscenes and sequence and blah blah blah, so set aside time. Once again, this one did not tell us. If you want to actually record and or experience the entirety of the credits, like at least it could have said, hey, you got a lot of credits ahead of you on this quest when you finish it. But no, I guess they just don't want to give away the fact that it's a final quest. But even though it's I think this is the second credit rolling of Endwalker. I'm fairly certain I recorded a credit roll for Endwalker before this, when I thought it was the end of Endwalker. And then like the next video I posted in the storyline was the Dawnwalker or Dawn Trail opening movie, you know, where I saw Kryl as a Pictomancer, and I think there was a Viper. Like I think the Viper in that opening movie was who are player characters commonly portrayed as the human man with the brown hair, but I don't know. Still, I mean, some warning would be nice, but whatever. We seem to be close to approaching the end. Alright. We talk to Sunjika, to finish the quest. Lest you wonder about your passage to Tural, Erenvel will arrange a ship through his guild. You need only worry about your own preparations. Speaking of which, please take this with you, a rugged and ready knapsack. May it serve you well in your coming adventures. Now, I'm not sure when departure will be, but rest assured I'll let you know when I hear something. Till then, please take your ease. Sorry if my laughing housemate, who's loud as fuck, is overpowering my voice. The coming dawn is complete. We get a knapsack, which I think will just increase our inventory. Kind of like what it says is, research has proven that wearing a knapsack or similar greatly reduces the likelihood of being pestered with questions about how you can carry so many items. Use to acquire a knapsack. Okay. Another cutscene. Gosh dang it. Wasn't expecting it after 54 minutes. Meanwhile, in Limsa Lominsa, we see on a black screen.
When does the next ship set sail?
Estinian says to Erogadin.
May I ask your destination?
The north and east, I've already seen. I suppose I'll head west this time.
Hey, join us, buddy. What about Thancred?
West, you say?
Is he gonna, like, stealth himself onto our ship? Okay. Meanwhile, in Old Charlian, we see, on a black screen again, Urian J, standing near some fountains, reading a letter. Thancred approaches him. My question might be answered.
I see you've made up your mind. I had a feeling you'd be keen.
Peachy keen.
But to think that our comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious ways.
Wait, so you're going for a separate reason? That's interesting.
Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them.
If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition.
So who are they getting an invitation?
Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
Or whatever.
Oh, how could I possibly be, knowing what's to come?
By the way, apparently someone, Hiroto Ogiwara, successfully pulled off a 2,340-degree spin on a snowboard at, I would think, an X Games, like a downhill. So you go downhill as fast as you can. You hit a big ramp, and you do whatever trick you think you can do. And this dude spun theoretically 2,340 degrees, which, let's do the math here on a calculator because I can't do it. 2,340 divided by 360. That is 6.5 revolutions. Rotations? One of those two. No, rotations, probably. Because you revolve around the sun, but the Earth rotates on its axis. So 6.5 rotations. Apparently a new record. Anyway. Sorry, let's continue.
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
Aye. This will be a mission to remember. Come, my friend. We make for Tural.
I really would like to see Aurelian Jay's height against Wuk Lamat, or Wuk Lamat. I'll pronounce it Wuk, W-U-K, Wuk, but everybody else is pronouncing it Wuk Lamat. We have us, as the cutscene changes. We are, I think, still in Old Charlian, given the tiles, the stone we're walking on.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Here, Emmett Selks.
Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north?
His voice in our memory.
The fabled golden cities of the New World.
We are at the harbor. We see a ship either sailing out or sailing in to take us, but I don't know. Weigh anchor now, the tide is high, and dawn of new adventure nigh. We see on a black screen. Row forth to break horizon's bond, and tread the gilded path beyond. Wow, that was really fast. Thank God I'm a fast-ish reader. Anyway, just over the hour mark, we see this quest finally come to an end. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.